Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Global English Podcast. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Taylor.
Okay, so I have to start this deep dive today with a major confession.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think literally everyone listening is going to relate to this. I'm just completely overwhelmed.
Right, the to-do list.
The to-do list is like it's an infinite scroll.
Mm-hmm.
It just never ends. I've got write reports, file expenses, practice French.
Call the dentist.
Exactly, call the dentist. It's endless. And the worst part is that 3 p.m. wall.
Ah, the dreaded 3 p.m. crash.
Yes, where even a simple task feels impossible. But honestly, the really frustrating part for me is the anxiety that stops me from even starting. I'll just sit there staring at a big project on my list, and suddenly I feel this urgent need to clean my computer screen with a toothpick.
I know that feeling so well, that sudden need to do something totally irrelevant just to avoid the big thing. It's a universal struggle.
Right. But it shouldn't rule your day.
It shouldn't, and that's why we're here.
And when I try to talk about it, explain why I missed a deadline, I realize I'm missing the right words in English. I can say I work, but I can't really articulate I fail to prioritize due to task aversion.
And that is precisely our mission today. We're going to do a deep dive into the language of daily routines and time management.
So we can master the vocabulary.
Exactly. The strategies, the key phrases, everything you need to talk confidently about how you organize your life and, beat that slump.
Love it. And speaking of surprises, I found something in our source material that really made me question some common ideas.
Okay.
We have a fun, maybe a little provocative pop quiz question for later. It's about some conflicting academic studies.
Go on.
Is it actually true that one gender is definitively better at time management than the other? We're going to look at what the research says.
Ooh, that is a fascinating one. And the data really forces you to think about how we even measure success in the first place.
Right. We'll definitely unpack that later in the Common Mistakes segment.
Can't wait.
Me neither. But before we jump in, a quick note to you listening. If you find these deep dives helpful for your English, for your confidence, please take a second right now. We're explicitly asking you to subscribe to Global English Podcast and like this episode.
That simple click really does help us out. It keeps us going.
It really does.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The absolute foundations of a daily routine.
Yes.
If you're at a B1 level, you have to nail these core verbs. They're like the map of your day.
Okay, so daily routine is just everything you do from when you wake up to when you go to bed. The basics.
Basics.
And the morning routine is key, right? It sets the tone for the whole day.
Totally.
So the very first action is always wake up.
Right. That's just your eyes opening, your brain turning on, usually because of a very loud alarm clock.
Usually.
Yeah.
Then comes the physical part. Get out of bed or get up.
The two are different. Waking up is mental, getting up is physical.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And in between those two things, there's often the
snooze button. The snooze button. Procrastination's best friend.
guilty.
So once you finally do get out of bed, you enter this phase we just call get ready.
Which is a general term for a bunch of smaller actions.
Exactly. Like you might wash or shower.
Yep. Get clean, feel awake.
Then you get dressed, put your clothes on for the day, and of course you have to brush your teeth.
Oral hygiene. Very important.
Crucial.
Yeah.
After that, you need some fuel. So you have breakfast.
First meal of the day.
Yeah.
Cereal, eggs, whatever it is. And maybe you pack a lunch if you're going to be out all day.
Good one. And the final step is leaving. You go to work or go to school.
Which involves commuting.
Right. Commuting, driving, walking, taking the bus, however you get there.
Okay, I see how they all connect. It's a sequence, a logical flow.
It is. So you could put it all together in a simple sentence. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m., take a quick shower, get dressed, and have breakfast before I head to work.
Simple, clear, and it uses all that core vocabulary. Perfect. Okay, so we have the map of the day. Now let's connect this back to my confession, to the struggle, time management.
Yes. The sources define it as the process of organizing and planning how you divide your limited time between specific activities.
And it's so critical for students and professionals.
It's everything. Because good time management isn't about working more, it's about working smarter.
Right. More work in less time.
Which boosts your grades, your productivity, and maybe the most important thing.
Yeah.
It lowers your stress and anxiety.
Stress reduction is huge. But our source material said a lot of students get frustrated because of something called task aversion and uncertainty. What's that about?
That's the psychological core of the problem. Task aversion is simple. You avoid a task because it feels hard or unpleasant. And uncertainty means you don't even know where to begin. You don't know the first step.
And when those two things combine,
Your brain just looks for the easiest escape route,
the path of least resistance.
which is
Watching squirrel documentaries.
exactly that avoidance, that distraction.
Yeah.
It leads directly to a word we absolutely have to stop and unpack: procrastinate.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's a great word. I've heard procrastinate a million times, but I want to get it, like really get it. Let's shine a spotlight on that one.
Excellent idea. Okay, so in plain English, to procrastinate is to delay or postpone doing something you know you should do.
So it's not just any delay.
No, the key is that the task is important, maybe urgent, but it's also difficult or unpleasant. So you put it off and do something easier instead.
So you're intentionally avoiding the necessary thing. I get it. Can you give us those 3 examples?
Of course, one formal, one casual, and one funny one to make it stick.
Perfect.
Okay, formal. Despite the risks, the board chose to procrastinate on the difficult merger decision until the next quarter.
Very serious, high-stakes delay.
Exactly. Now, casual, I keep procrastinating on fixing the dishwasher. I'll just wash the dishes by hand for another week.
I have done that exact thing.
We all have. And for the funny one, my cat procrastinates his nap time by staring intensely at the wall instead of sleeping.
I love that. The cat knows he should be napping, but he finds a weird, pointless activity instead. It totally makes sense.
It does.
Let's try that role play. Avoiding studying for a big test.
Okay. I'll be the focused one. You can be the productive procrastinator.
Perfect. Ready?
In character. Are you sure we should be researching the history of ancient paper clips right now? Our microeconomics final is tomorrow morning?
In character. Micro what? Oh, right. That's yeah, it's looming. But this is critical. I'm organizing all my office supplies by invention date. It's essential organizational work. I'm being efficient.
In character. No, you are seriously procrastinating. Organizing paper clips has nothing to do with supply and demand. You have to stop procrastinating and open the book.
In character. Just 5 more minutes. I have to alphabetize these rubber bands first.
That skit is the perfect example. That tension between what you should do and what you're doing instead.
It really is a habit, isn't it? A procrastination habit.
It is. Which brings us to collocations. We often say procrastinate on a task or talk about a procrastination habit. And the goal is always to stop procrastinating.
Using those phrases makes you sound way more natural. Okay, so if procrastination's the problem, the solution has to be structure.
Exactly. This brings us to part 2. How to transform that scary, overwhelming list into something you can actually do.
My list is 3 pages long. Just looking at it makes me want to give up.
And that's the core issue. So the experts we reviewed have some great advice. Solution number 1 is the biggest game changer. Integrate with your calendar.
What does that mean exactly?
It means you have to shift your thinking. There's a saying, a to-do without a shack when rarely gets done.
Ooh, I like that.
If you don't assign a specific time block for a task, you're just hoping you'll do it.
So I should treat answer 3 emails like it's a meeting.
Precisely. You block out the time, you create a due date for yourself, not just a due date.
A due date. That's a huge mental shift.
It is. Your calendar becomes your partner. It plans and protects your time for you.
That makes so much sense. If it's in the calendar, it's a commitment, not just an idea.
Exactly. Now, what about switching between different types of tasks? That can be hard.
Yeah. Going from something creative to something analytical,
Yeah.
it takes time to, switch gears in my brain.
Which leads to solution number 2, categorize for balance.
So grouping similar tasks together.
Yes. You can do simple categories like work, home, personal, or get more specific like client, team, admin.
But why is that so important? Is it just to make the list look tidy?
It's more than that. It gives you a visual snapshot of your life. You can immediately see if one area is getting all your attention and another is being neglected.
You mean if my work category is full, but my personal category is empty?
Exactly. You can see right away that your personal life is getting short shrift.
Ah, short shrift. That's a great phrase. It means being neglected or not getting enough attention.
It's very descriptive. So categorizing helps you make sure you aren't ignoring an important part of your life just because another part is, louder.
Okay, so tasks are scheduled and categorized. What's solution 3?
This one is fundamental for clarity. Use action verbs.
To avoid that uncertainty we talked about.
Right. Vague notes like board report are useless. They force you to stop and use mental energy just to remember what the next step is.
That is my biggest weakness. I'll write client X on my list. And
Mhm.
then later I'm like, what about client X? Email them, call them, send an invoice. I waste so much time just figuring it out.
You're adding unnecessary cognitive load. Instead of blog, you need to write first draft of blog or Polish final draft of blog.
The verb tells you exactly what to do. It's immediate.
Immediate and manageable.
All right.
Okay. And the final solution for mastering your list.
Let me guess.
Solution 4, time estimates.
Ah, yes. Writing down how long you think each task will take.
This does 2 key things. First, it forces you to be realistic. If you have 10 hours of tasks for an 8-hour day, you know right away you have a problem.
You have to adjust.
And second, it's a productivity superpower if a meeting gets canceled.
Oh, I get it. If I suddenly have a free hour, I can just scan my list for a 60-minute task and jump right in. No time wasted deciding what to do next.
Exactly. These 4 things turn your scary list into an actionable game plan.
Okay, the list is now a plan.
Yeah.
But how do we decide what to do first? That's the prioritizing part.
Right. For that, we need a hierarchy. This brings us to a really powerful framework from the sources, the POSE method.
POSEC. That sounds serious. What does it stand for?
It stands for prioritize by organizing, streamlining, economizing, and contributing.
Yeah, okay.
The reason it's so powerful is that it's based on human needs, kind of like Maslow's hierarchy. It puts your personal goals and stability first.
That's a really interesting way to think about it. So you can't contribute to the world if your own life is a mess.
That's the core idea. So let's break down the levels. Level 1, prioritize goals and time. This is the foundation.
Your most important goals.
Yes. You figure out your main goals, and then you schedule time specifically for the actions that will help you achieve them.
So for a student, that might be block out 10 hours for thesis research.
Exactly. Your time has to serve your main objective first. Then you move to level 2, organize family and finances.
Okay, so this is about creating a stable environment.
Precisely. Managing your money, paying bills, scheduling family stuff, making sure your personal life is functional so you can focus on your goals.
It makes sense. It's hard to focus on your career if you're stressed about paying rent. What's a practical example?
It could be scheduling an hour every Sunday to plan the week's meals and pay bills. Just creating that stable, organized base.
Got it. So level 1 is goals. Level 2 is stability. What's level 3?
Level 3, streamline work and chores. This is for all the routine stuff.
The daily maintenance.
Right. Checking email, running errands, all those things you have to do. And the goal here is to make them as efficient as possible. Which leads us to our next vocabulary spotlight.
Wait, let me guess. It's streamline.
It is.
It's a word I hear a lot, especially in business, but I want to be sure I'm using it right.
Let's put a spotlight on it. To streamline something means to make a process or a system more efficient and effective by simplifying it.
So getting rid of unnecessary steps.
Exactly. Making it smoother, faster, like how a sports car is shaped to let air flow over it smoothly.
Less friction. I like that. Let's hear the 3 examples.
Okay. Formal. We need to streamline our workflow to reduce project delays.
Simple, clear.
Casual. I need to streamline my morning routine so I can leave the house 5 minutes faster.
That's a great everyday use.
And the weird one, if I could streamline laundry, it would fold itself and jump back into the drawers.
The ultimate dream of simplification. That's a great set of examples. Let's try a quick role play about a messy office process.
Okay. I'll be the frustrated employee, you be the manager with the solution.
Ready to streamline.
In character.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I spent all morning trying to get one expense report approved. I had to print it, run around to 3 different floors for signatures, scan it, then mail the original copy. It's a total mess.
In character. I agree. That sounds incredibly inefficient. We need to streamline this process. Starting now, everything is digital. One form, one online submission, one digital signature. We're cutting out all the paper and all the walking.
In character. Wow, that would literally save me hours every month. Thank you for streamlining the procedure.
You're welcome. We made it smoother and faster.
And that's the key. The common collocations are things like streamline operations, streamline the process, or streamline procedures.
Got it. Okay, so we have prioritize, organize, and streamline. What are the last 2 levels of POSEC?
Level 4 is economize, pastimes, and socializing.
Ah, the fun stuff.
The fun stuff, but the stuff that is never urgent. Hobbies, seeing friends, watching TV. The idea is you only do these things after the first 3 levels are taken care of.
That's the trap for a lot of students, isn't it? The socializing creeps into the study time.
It's the biggest trap. To economize here means to use your leisure time wisely so it doesn't take over. And finally, level 5. Contribute. Social obligations.
This is about giving back.
Yes. Once your own life is in order, your goals, your finances, your routines, then you have the space to help others. Volunteering, mentoring, things like that.
That pyramid structure is a really powerful way to think about time. But even with a perfect plan, there are always those tasks that just hang over your head.
The ones you dread.
Yes, and they
Ugh.
just sit there, undone, taking up mental space. It feels like they cast a shadow over everything.
They absolutely do. Our source material had a great phrase for this. Someone mentioned an intangible to-do list looming over my head.
Yes, looming. That word perfectly captures the feeling of dread. Let's unpack that one.
For sure. Let's spotlight looming. So, in plain English, when something is looming, it feels like a large, frightening, or threatening thing that's getting closer.
So for a task or a deadline,
It means an unpleasant event, seems like it's going to happen very soon, and just the thought of it causes anxiety.
it feels heavy and inescapable. I get it. Can we have the 3 examples?
Of course, formal. The CEO discussed the looming threat of a recession in the global market.
So a big approaching danger.
Right. Casual. My final exam is looming next week, so I really need to start studying.
The deadline is getting closer and closer.
And the funny weird one. The shadow of the giant inflatable snowman was looming over the garden party.
Okay, I like that. It uses the original physical sense of the word, a big shape getting closer.
A looming deadline is probably the most useful collocation for this topic.
Let's do a quick role play. I'll be distracted, you be the voice of reason.
I can do that.
In character. Wow, have you seen this video of a parrot singing opera? It's amazing.
In character, stop. You have to finish your presentation. The meeting is in 1 hour. That deadline is absolutely looming.
In character, cringing. Don't say that word. It makes it feel so much more real. I know it's looming, but I'm trying not to think.
In character, it's going to keep looming and getting bigger until you open that file and finish it.
Perfect. That captures the anxiety perfectly.
Right. So common collocations are looming deadline, looming crisis, looming presence.
Okay, we've covered the organization and the psychology. Now we have to talk about biology.
Yeah.
That mid-afternoon energy crash.
Yes. Part 3, combating the energy crash. That slump around 2 or 3 p.m. is a real biological problem that can ruin even the best laid plans.
So what's actually happening in our bodies? Why does it feel like someone pulled the plug?
It's a mix of things. The sources point to 4 main causes. Poor sleep is a big one.
Most of us don't get the 7 and 9 hours we need.
Right. Then there's inadequate hydration, a poor diet, and natural hormone fluctuations.
Okay, let's talk about the hormones. I saw cortisol and melatonin mentioned. What's the simple explanation?
Okay, so cortisol is your energy hormone. It's high in the morning to wake you up. In the afternoon, it naturally dips.
So your energy source goes down.
And at the same time, melatonin, your sleep hormone, starts to slowly rise, preparing your body for sleep later on.
So less energy hormone, more sleep hormone. That explains why my desk starts to look like a pillow at 3 p.m.
It's a big part of it. But the factor we have the most control over is diet, specifically the sugar trap.
Ah, yes. The quick fix that makes everything worse.
Let's break down that sugar crash. When you eat something with a lot of refined sugar, your blood sugar spikes really fast.
And you feel that jolt of energy.
For a minute. But then your body releases a flood of insulin to deal with all that sugar.
And the insulin is the problem.
The overreaction is the problem. Your body often releases too much insulin, which then makes your blood sugar level drop.
Way down. Lower than it was before.
Exactly. And that rapid, steep drop is what causes the headache, the irritability, the crash.
Your brain is suddenly starved of fuel.
You got it.
So if sugar is the enemy, what should we be eating to keep our energy stable all afternoon?
You want foods that provide slower, more sustained fuel. So first, high-energy complex carbs.
Like whole grain bread, fruits, vegetables.
Yes. They take longer for your body to break down, so they release energy slowly and steadily.
Like a slow-burning log for a fire.
Perfect analogy. And to keep you feeling full longer, you need protein foods.
Nuts, cheese, yogurt.
Protein takes a lot of effort to digest, which helps stabilize your energy for a longer period.
And what's the one thing we should absolutely avoid at lunch?
High-fat, greasy, processed foods. They are energy killers. Fat takes a very long time to digest and all the energy your body uses for that.
Is energy your brain isn't getting?
Exactly. That whole process makes your body feel, and this is our last vocabulary word.
I'm ready. You said it makes the body feel sluggish. I know that feeling. It's slow and heavy. But how do we explain it simply?
Let's put the spotlight on sluggish. In plain English, feeling sluggish means moving or responding slowly because of a lack of energy or tiredness. It's like you're trying to walk through thick mud.
A feeling of inertia. It's hard to get going.
That's a great way to put it. Let's do the 3 examples.
Let's do it.
Formal. The economic recovery has been sluggish for the past 2 quarters.
So slow and without much energy or force.
Right. Casual. I feel so sluggish this morning because I only got 5 hours of sleep.
The classic personal use.
And the funny one, the old elevator was so sluggish that people started taking the stairs just to save time.
I love that. It really captures that idea of slow, weak movement. Let's do a quick scenario about a bad lunch choice.
Okay. I'm the busy colleague, and you're the very, very sluggish one.
I can do this.
In character. Jordan, we need that report now. What's going on? You're typing at like 1 word per minute.
In character, speaking slowly. I'm trying, but I had that giant double bacon cheeseburger for lunch. My whole body feels so sluggish. I think all my blood went to my stomach instead of my brain.
In character, frustrated. Well, your brain needs it back. You are a walking example of the post-lunch slump. Get up and walk around. You need to shake off that sluggish feeling.
Perfect. That role play definitely gets the feeling across.
For sure. The common collocations are feel sluggish, sluggish movement, and a sluggish economy.
Okay, so diet is huge. What about other physical strategies?
2 big ones. First, hydration. Tank up on fluids.
Drink more water.
Drink more water. When you're dehydrated, everything in your body slows down. You feel tired instantly.
And the second one?
Prioritize movement. Sitting still for too long makes you tired. Even a quick 5-minute walk or some stretching gets your blood flowing again and wakes up your brain.
What about caffeine, the go-to fix for so many of us?
It needs to be managed carefully. It's a good short-term stimulant, but the general advice is to stick to around 400 milligrams a day, which is about 4 cups of coffee.
Because if you have too much,
it can mess up your sleep. And if you ruin your sleep, you start the next day feeling sluggish and you reach for more caffeine. It becomes a vicious cycle.
a cycle of being tired and wired at the same time. Not good.
Not good at all.
Okay, this has been so comprehensive. From morning verbs to biology. I think it's time for our common mistake segment and that controversial research we teased.
Let's do it. Let's revisit those conflicting studies on time management skills between genders at the university level.
Right. What did that first study from Indiana University suggest?
Okay, so that study was based on self-reported data, and it suggested that males reported having greater time management skills than females.
Reported. That's a key word.
A very key word. This often related to how confident they felt about setting long-term goals.
Okay, so one study points to males reporting better skills, but you said other research found the exact opposite.
That's right. Other studies that looked at actual outcomes, like grades, found that female students often demonstrated better time management skills.
Better outcomes.
Yes. For instance, a study by Pelivan in 2013 found that female students were better time managers, and it showed in their higher grades.
So why the conflict? Is it just about confidence versus results?
That's a huge part of it. Self-reporting measures confidence, while looking at grades measures execution. It could be that female students are more meticulous with the day-to-day organizing and streamlining, which leads to better results, even if they report feeling less confident about big-picture goals.
That's a really interesting distinction. What happened when researchers just looked at the skills themselves without the self-perception part?
Well, another key finding was that when they look at the perceived control of time, things like prioritizing, making to-do lists, being organized, there was no significant difference between genders.
Ah, so when it comes to the actual practical skills, both groups use them effectively.
That seems to be the main takeaway. The perception might be different, but the skills are universal and essential for everyone.
The bottom line is that these are learnable skills for absolutely anyone.
Precisely. Time management is a discipline you build, not something you're born with.
Great. Now for the language mistake. Let's go back to those B1 morning verbs. Can I say, I get up at 7 a.m. and then I wake up?
What do you think?
I think I know the answer now. No, that would mean my body leaves the bed before my brain is even awake. It sounds like sleepwalking.
Exactly. It reverses the logical sequence. So, just to be super clear for our listeners, wake up is the mental action. It comes first.
Your brain turns on.
And get up is the physical action. It comes second.
Your body gets out of the bed.
So the correct way to say it is, I wake up when my alarm goes off, but I don't get up until 15 minutes later.
Mental first, then physical. That makes it crystal clear. Okay, I am ready for the pop quiz. Let's see if I was paying attention.
I'm sure you were. Let's test you and our listeners on the 4 key words: procrastinate, streamline, sluggish, and looming.
Bring it on.
Question 1. Which word means to make a process more efficient by simplifying it?
That is streamline. We need to streamline our morning routine.
Correct. Question 2. Which word describes a deadline or threat that is approaching and causing you anxiety?
That is looming. The final project is looming.
Spot on. Question 3. Which word means moving slowly because you lack energy, maybe after a big meal?
That heavy feeling is being sluggish.
Perfect. And the last one. Which word means delaying an important but unpleasant task by doing something easier instead?
That would be the universal bad habit, to procrastinate.
Fantastic. Aced it. And I'm sure our listeners did too. Let's quickly summarize the 3 biggest lessons from today.
I'll take this. First, you have to turn your to-do list into a real plan by putting tasks in your calendar with a due date and using action verbs.
Excellent.
Second, you need to prioritize your life using a structure like the POSEEK method. Focus on your goals and stability first, and always look for ways to streamline your routines.
And the third lesson?
Third, you have to fight that sluggish afternoon feeling with biology. Avoid the sugar crash, stay hydrated, take movement breaks, and eat for sustained energy.
Mastering those concepts and that vocabulary will make a huge difference in your productivity and your English fluency.
For sure. So here's our micro challenge for everyone listening. Take one tiny task you've been avoiding and describe it using one of the words we learned today. Procrastinate, streamline, sluggish, or looming. Just say it out loud or share it with a study partner.
Small, consistent actions are the key.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Global English Podcast.
I'm Taylor. Bye.
I'm Jordan. See you next time.